What's good? I'm here in Georgia. That's the Black Sea, by the way. And a fun fact about the Georgian beaches, it doesn't have any sand. It's just rocks all over the place. Only rocks, no sand. It's very different. But so yeah, I left Dubai the last week. I left Dubai for a couple of reasons. Well, first and foremost, I like to be in Dubai for a couple of reasons also. Dubai is really a place for hustlers, you know? It's seeing all the hustlers, seeing all the fancy cars, skyscrapers. It really puts you in an environment where everyone is driven to make it, and that energy rubs off on you and you get motivated to go even harder than before, right? So it's really a good place to elevate your mind and to believe that your big goals are possible to achieve, you know? But it also had some couple of, I would say, negative sides. And one of these sides was that it really felt soulless, I would say. And being in a place that feels soulless for 6 months, it really drains your energy, you know? And also the girls there, for example, they were all just there to find some rich sugar daddy, some rich Arab guy, and just all felt soulless, it all felt superficial. That's why I left to Georgia, and I'm in Batumi at the moment. And Batumi reminds me a bit of Dubai Marina. It has the same aesthetic, but it feels like it has a soul, you know? If you walk in the streets, you will see ancient churches, you will see bakeries that have been existing in the same place for hundreds of years. You see the mountains. So it just feels like it has a soul, I would say. And being in a place that has history, has morals, has values, it's really heartwarming to be in, right? So it's totally different compared to Dubai. It's different, but I like it here. So back to trading. 90% of traders lose, right? And what do most traders do? They will focus on day trading or scalping in the lower time frames, and they will follow these famous gurus like ICT or Alex G, you name it, right? I've been through all the gurus, I bought all the courses, I've been through everything. But yeah, man, but all of these strategies, they all expect to get an edge in the markets only looking at the charts, and they will make their technical levels like support and resistance or fair value gaps or trend line breaks, and they expect price to react from these levels. But what they fail to understand is that technicals don't move the markets. The markets move because of underlying macro drivers that move them. And if you don't know what they are, you are just trading in the blind, right? And that's the biggest shift that I had to make. Before I was also trading in the blind, following these gurus, doing supply and demand only, or trend line breaks, making my higher highs, lower highs or whatever. But I didn't seem to get profitable, and I didn't understand why. And I used to blame my psychology for not being profitable, but that wasn't the case, right? I didn't have an edge in the markets. And once I implemented the real macro drivers of the markets, I was able to become over 7 figures funded. I was able to get 60k in profit payouts in the last 3 months. And once I learned about what these macro drivers were of the market, I also built with a team of developers, let's say a dashboard that looks at 18 different macro factors that move the markets, right? And when 14 out of 18 of these macro vectors align for a specific market, it gives us a bullish or a bearish bias on a pair, right? And before I even look at the charts, I always consult my dashboard first, and I try to find where are the market imbalances fundamentally, right? And then once I have this, bias, I know if I want to go long or to go short, right? And then I will time my entries in the markets, aligning myself with the macro. And that's the complete opposite of what most retail traders do. Most traders will start on the charts and they will try to guess where the charts is going by looking at the charts. Doesn't make any rational sense. And by the way, there is no major bank or institution in the world that day trades or scalps. There are two ways these big banks make money, right? The first way is called ultra high frequency trading, meaning they will take thousands and thousands of positions in milliseconds and seconds using sophisticated AI and software, and through this AI and software they will get an edge in the markets. And if you, let's say, scalp, you can't possibly match the AI and software and data that these banks have. So scalping has no mathematical advantage or edge in the markets, right? So the other way these banks make money is by swing trading, and they will get an edge in the markets by consulting the macroeconomics of the markets, right? So the only way we can make it as retail traders is by swing trading and by getting an edge in the markets by looking at the macroeconomics. And if you are still day trading or scalping, you are just doomed to fail in the financial markets. So that was my rant about why I came to Georgia and about why most traders fail. See you guys the next time.